What's up, y'all? So last video we went over how to make an LLC, how to create ideas for your company, and how to actually get the idea of the company itself. This video we're gonna go over how to create an EIN number. We're also gonna go over how to create the website, and then we're gonna get into the manufacturing part and how to find a manufacturer and how to actually get your product out there and just start making it. So yeah, stay tuned. All right, so most people stop at I have an idea, but these ideas are not what builds the companies. The system that are set in place, that's what builds the companies. So now we're going to go over those systems and learn how to create the EIN number first, because realistically, that's what you should have. An EIN number stands for Employee Identification Number, and this is basically the social security number for your business. And this is the number you need in order to create the bank account. So for the EIN number, you get this from the IRS, and you need this for several reasons, but the main ones are to open a bank account, to file taxes, to set up your business credit, and your processing for payments. So whatever you sell, this is how you process it through this EIN number. So we're going to go over how to go into this and how to actually access your EIN and to make one. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you guys how to apply and to get an EIN number from the IRS. So let's get into this. So what you want to do is you want to look up irs.gov, okay? And it doesn't matter where you're at, if you're in Florida or Michigan or wherever, it doesn't matter for this part. So, and what you want to do is if it says .gov, you want to make sure it says .gov, because if it doesn't say .gov, then that means you're going to get scammed, and that's not the real account. And another thing with the EIN number is the EIN number is completely free, and if it's charging you, it's a scam. So don't even go for it. So now what we're going to do is you're going to go in the search bar and apply for a EIN. EIN. Okay, sweet. So now we got this. We're going to apply for an EIN. And now apply for an online. Okay. Yep. Okay. So we're going to go here. Okay. And then we're here. Okay. So when we're in this, now we can get our EIN number. And depending on what business you have, you're going to have to fill in your business account, and you're going to have to fill out everything else for your business. This usually should get, you should usually get access to your EIN number immediately once it gets surpassed by the IRS. But after that, you should be in the green, and you'll have an EIN number, and you'll be set up. So, yeah. All right, now what we got to do is we got to file for the articles of organization for an LLC that we already have created. So this is for if you have an LLC that I'm making this, because if you have a different kind of business or different kind of platform that you're starting with, this isn't for you. But if you have an LLC, and depending on which state you regulated yours in, this is how you make the LLC actually official and in stone, and just it will be official after this point. So what you want to do is, depending on which state you're in, you want to go, so I'm in Michigan, so I'll do Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs. Okay. So this one, USA LLC filing, Michigan, here. All right, so here you can just go. You can see I could pick any state I'm in right now, and this is where I would file it, right? So, all right, let's go start application. Let's go. Okay. So here, this is where you'll go and you'll just put in all your information, and this is this is by the state, and this is all secure information that you're giving them. So one, don't share it with anyone, and two, make sure you're on this right site so you don't get scammed or anything like that. So once you go to this and you got everything filled out, this is where you're gonna have to pay a little bit of money. Usually for the state of Michigan, it's a um, $50 purchase, but in the end, it's worth it because it's making your business legit. So then when we got this done, we're gonna go on to the next step. I also forgot to mention that at this point, you will need a person, a parent or guardian, to fill out certain forms. And this is just because if you're a minor, you cannot address these forms. So once you already have the only things you'll need for this, realistically, is your LLC name, your business address, which could be your home or wherever you choose to decide that you want to address your business. You usually get a registered agent. So that's what I'm talking about, like a parent or guardian. Usually that's not you because you're a minor, or if you are, then you can't do this step. But if you're not, then this is totally fine. And then the organization's name. So that's going to be you. So all of this stuff you can do, but just some things, because it's state regulated, that you need the parent or guardian. All right, now what I'm going to teach you guys is how to create a bank account for your company. And you want this instead of your personal account because you don't want to get this money mixed up and get taxed for things that you didn't make money on, and it's just easier to organize for the IRS and for your taxes and just to see how much income you have produced. So what we're going to do is you can either go on whatever bank you like to use, Chase, just any bank. You would go there. You can usually go in person, schedule something, and you place the bank account under your LLC that you already have, and that should have got cleared, and you're fine with that. So once you do that, the company has its own name and it has its own bank account. So you, like I said, never want to mix this with your personal account because that's where things get harder and taxes just get harder to file. So, yeah. All right, so I understand I'm going a little fast, and that's because my last video was pretty long, and some people commented and just told me how I should change it up and get more information in a little space. So that's what I'm going to do. And, yeah, I hope this is helping you guys. I hope so far that this is working and you guys have tried this, and you're just going through this process of creating your own business because, dude, there's so many kids at our age that are doing dropshipping and that stuff, and having a real foundation that's just a great place to just to continue and start. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go into license and regulations based on whatever field you choose to go into, because a food product and a landscaping business is not going to have the same license and regulations. So you need to have these certain regulations for whatever field you choose to go into. And I'm not here to tell you which field you should go to. But if you do decide to go, I don't know, landscaping or whatever, you have to do your own research because I can't make a video on each one. You have to do your own research, and with this research, you got to figure out what regulations and what license you have to follow, what you need to complete, and just like requirements for this field. And when you do this, make sure that you're going to these legit sites and you're legitimately filing this information, because you never want to give this information to people who could use it for bad or could scam you or just in the wrong hands. So make sure you're going to these legit sites, you're legitly doing this, but this is going to take a lot of research for you to find exactly what you need, because in the worst case, you don't want to get sued once you actually start this, and you don't want to figure out that you actually need some of this stuff for your business, and you don't have it, and that will completely destroy your company by just not having these little guidelines you need to follow here and there. So yeah, just go do some research on whatever field, and yeah, get back into this. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to find a manufacturer for your product and how to actually get this out there and start creating samples and start creating the actual product you need to sell. Okay, and this always depends on whatever you're doing. This could vary. Like what I'm doing, the gummy business, right? So I would pick like manufacturers, usually not on Instagram, but I feel like Instagram is always a good way to start. But in this case, I'm going to show you guys how to do a clothing brand, and this is just an example. And I'm going to show you guys how to start this. But the thing is, you usually want to look up Chinese or Pakistani when you're doing these clothing brand manufacturers because that's the cheapest. And payment is usually Western Union or something like that, which transforms the money. Okay, and when we are looking for these manufacturers, we want to go and we want to look for several different things that like go into these factors for these manufacturers. So what I look for is I look for experience, compliance, how much they cost for a minimum order quantities, how much they are, just their pricing in general for their mock-ups, for their samples if we're doing a clothing brand, and how good their communication is, because these are several factors that indicate if this is a good manufacturer for you and if this is the kind of manufacturer we want to work with. So here I'm going to show you. We're going to go search clothing manufacturer. Okay, spelled that wrong, but whatever. Okay, so we got all these. Let's just go into one, right? All right. So this is one that we're gonna go into, and this is actually me. This is actually my brand. Like I did this like a year ago, but it's funny that they got that there. Um, so this is the clothing manufacturer we go to, and so we got this guy. I picked him because he has a lot of experience. It looks like, a lot of different like just backgrounds and a lot of different like things he has dealt with, different kind of apparel. So I picked him, and so what's gonna happen with this guy is because he's so far away, I couldn't do as many like trial and errors for this product. So that's why I didn't get 100% what I wanted. But for the gummy product, what we did was we sent it to this manufacturer, the gummies that we made, we sent it to the manufacturer. He was like, okay, I can deal with this. Sent us back gummies. They were all right. They weren't the best. Sent them back, and we told him what we wanted him to tweak and change. He changed it, sent them back, and we probably did that 10 times, just changing and tweaking the formulation so we could get the exact product we wanted and the perfect product that we knew would just be great for the market and tasted amazing. So, like, this is going to take a lot of trial and error. You're going to have to adjust the formula of whatever product you're getting. You're going to go back and forth, and this is just an example of the clothing. But if you want to do anything else, realistically, not always use Instagram, but whatever you're using, you should go and you should try these different manufacturers just to see what they're like. And you want to do a lot of research with this because the manufacturer you choose to go with is very important. Obviously, like this one, because this didn't work out. So, like, this just shows that when I went into this and the process in my thinking wasn't there and wasn't exactly where it should have been to start this business and to make it succeed and thrive. So we're going to go into the website now, and we're going to go into how to create the systems that are set in stone and that we need for the orders, the tracking orders, and all of that. And so, yeah, let's get into that. All right, so I want to go over an example of this because this is just how we started, and I'm just going to show you an example of what I used. So yeah, let's get into this. So this is what I started off with. It's pretty bad. This is what I started off with when I created the gummy packaging, and I created this gummy packaging on Canva. It was pretty. I got the Canva Pro. I paid a little bit of money for it, but this is what I started off, and then I just looked at other brands and stuff, and I compared and I did research, and I got to this, which was I thought very much of like I just definitely improved here, and you can see a lot of improvement here. And you could just see how like the colors pop and everything else. And when you're going into this is definitely a factor of like the audience you're trying to correlate to and to send to. Um, so this is the package, and then I went to a designer and I sent them that, and I got back with this one. This is what I got back with. So this is what we went to production with. This is the baggage we used, and obviously you can't see the benefits right now because I'm not going to the backside, but this is the front, and this is what I created, including the website and everything else. But this was I created this by myself with no other help, and this was definitely you should realistically use a designer, but I chose to go my own route. And they sent me this, I think as a PFG or something, or yeah, something like that. And so I can use this on my website and stuff. It's the same with this, same with this. You can see with the background. Um, but so I use this, and this helped me with my website and everything else, so I could post it, and so I could just show everyone what the packaging looks like. So this is just an example of trial and error, and how I used it to my advantage, and just the resources and the research I did to get what I could out of this. All right, so now I want to go over the actual packaging and how everything went up. So this is the packaging, and this is it coming into life. This is the package I created. See the Z on the bottom. So yeah, this is like, it's awesome because I saw this. This is something I made come into real life, and now I got the product on my hand, and yeah, so it's sweet. And everything like that I wanted on this has came, and it's literally been like the perfect experience, and like everything, like literally everything's perfect about this so far. And I'm just hoping the market like likes it and adapts to it, and just like thinks this is a great new source of protein and candy. So yeah, let's go to the next step. All right, so now I'm gonna go over with you guys how to create your website and how I did all this stuff. And just to what we're really gonna focus on is essentially, yes, the website building, but also the payment processors, the inventory tracking, and the CRM managing customers. So all this stuff goes into one, and most of these things people don't think about, but these are really important factors that go into your website and consistently just make it better and just make it different from most websites. So yeah. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna first you can go into I use Ionos, but we also have Shopify right here, and I didn't create a store in Shopify, but I do have an account. So you can go to Shopify, which is realistically the easiest. You can create an account. You choose your store's name. You want to pick a theme for your account. So for my Ionos, it was purple and yellow, and that's just what I picked, and that's why how I created my website. And you could see, so this is my website, and this is how to contact and everything like that. So this is how I created it, and I mean you can do it with several different reasons and several different people, but this is what we choose to go with, and this is how we choose to formulate the product and to formulate the website that we're going into. So yeah, so you can add products, you can have photos, and what I did was I wanted to do something a little different. That's why I went with Ionos. So it's a little different platform than Shopify. Um, but realistically, all of these Shopify, whatever you choose to use, is that it should have like payment processors. But you will need your EIN numbers, and you will need your like all the numbers that we have went over, and all the stuff we have went over. That's what you need for these websites, and just to make sure they know that your company's legit and they can trust it. But yeah, so you want to go into these, you want to make your website. You Once you design it and whatever, then you should be set up and ready. Each website usually costs a little bit of cash. Shopify is probably when you're starting out the most like manageable, and not that expensive. So I would definitely choose to go with Shopify, but again, it's all personal preference. Um, And yeah, so when we have this done, then for this video, it's pretty much over because we just went over how to create an EIN number. I showed you how to really certify your LLC. I showed you how to create your management store and your website. And also the most important part, how to find your manufacturer and how to start actually manufacturing your business. So yeah, I hope you guys learned some, just anything from this, honestly. And I hope you're following the steps along, so this can teach you and this can just help you out. And just in the future, like if you're actually choosing to go with this, you want to have a little bit of money, you want to have a little bit saved up. That I would say probably $2,000 just to start. And like if you're trying to make it legit, you're gonna lose money at the start. And that's what's happening with us. We're losing money right now, which that's okay because we know eventually when this gets big, it'll make money. And I'm just praying that it does. So yeah, I think this is the end of the video. Video 3 will come out probably in the next week. In that video, we're gonna go over just how to get our website out there, how to start these social media pages. And I'm going to take it into stores and I'm just going to go up to random people and interview them and have them try our product so you guys can see it in action and to see if people actually like it. And that is just another way to get your product out there with social media. I'm also going to show you guys just like how to have different connections, because there's different ways you can manage and you can like express and show everyone your product. And what we're doing is we're having other people basically sell the product for us and in different areas, so we don't have to go just us ourselves, and we're just going to wholesale it to different people. And I'm going to show you guys just different processes you can use to sell your product and to reach different audiences all over the world. And yeah, so that'll be fun. It'll be a little different. And it'll get me out this chair and going up to random people and just having them try it. So yeah, let's do that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys learned a little bit. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video.